All right, ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? It's a wonderful evening that the Lord has made today. Very clean. Wonderful weather out here. Listen, you know, it's a shame that these days your girlfriend is no more as important as she was when she was single. The moment she gets into a relationship with you, that's when every guy wants her. Same thing with the women. Girl gets into a relationship with a guy, that's when the girls want the guy. And then you begin to ask yourself, what in the world is going on right now? You see that we have things messed up and we have it upside down. You know, there's no life in that thing. There's no big boy in that thing. And people keep falling for it. I've seen some potential relationships get messed up because somebody was weak in that relationship. But it's like the men and the women are not asking themselves questions. When I was single, I tried to talk to you, you wouldn't talk to me. The moment I get to a relationship, that's when you want me. And then people falling for that stuff. Now I want to focus on the guys. To the men, no be life. No be life. Because if we want to start doing things like that, best believe that a whole bunch of men that I know have girlfriends, I will sleep with their girlfriends. I'm not lacking, quite frankly. I know, at least if anything, I know how to package myself. I know how to make myself look better than you. That's just in reality. If we want to go that way. Don't get me wrong, some people are in a very serious relationship, you can't come in between them. But there are some relationships that are yet to mature. And then these distractions have a way of messing up potential relationships. You see, if you keep waiting for a heaven-made type of relationship, I want to tell you right now, there's nothing like that. Your relationship is what you cultivate it to be from the very beginning. However, according to your belief, it can get stronger. Because of your belief, it can get stronger. Because you know left to right, good and bad, your relationship gets stronger. You see, we're all made in His image and likeness. So most likely, whoever you come across is always a potential. How you go about the relationship is what makes it work or not. Not all relationships, of course. Not all people, because some people are just either wounded, some people are just mentally deranged and all that stuff. But there are so many good relationships, potential relationships that have gone down because a guy saw the girl in another relationship. And this is the part that is messed up here. You know you have money, right? You know you have money, you know you have, you know, swag, fine boy, you drive a nice car, you know what I'm saying? Now you see a girl who's dating a guy that doesn't have it at the moment. Then you oppress the person, you oppress the guy. You want to show yourself, say, oh my, I can get your girl, you understand? Some of these guys don't even want to be with the girl in a relationship. They don't. They just want to have sex with the girl and keep it moving. That's it. So you begin to ask yourself, is that life? After you did it, what next? Did it increase the money in your bank account? Now, let me first of all make a confession. I've done stuff like that before. And up to now, I don't feel it. It didn't make me a man. It didn't make me a big boy. It didn't increase the money in my account. It didn't make me holier than I am. It didn't make me macho. It only really made me look stupid within myself. So I'm struggling with that stuff all by myself. You get what I'm saying? And because of that, that relationship did not work. Because the moment the guy found out about me, that was it. Now, was he a potential? I don't know. But could he have been? Yes, he could. So I'm just making this video to let the guys, especially the guys, listen. If you see person we get woman, where you know say they try. There's nothing like a hard-working guy, a guy that is just trying to please his girl. Do not oppress that person because you know you have more than that person. Women want security naturally. They most likely will fall for a guy that has more, you understand, which is normal, you understand. Now normal something, even though the women need to learn how to focus on someone who has very serious focus. You get what I'm saying? But it's not life, my brothers. It's not life. If you see person where they hustle trying to be with his girlfriend, let them be, man. It's a lot of girls. We must learn how to control ourselves, especially when the girl tells you I have a boyfriend. That thing looks like an activator. The moment the girl says I have a boyfriend, some guys are like, I must get you. No life. With all these girls all over the place, a lot of beautiful girls. Why that one? gotta let her go. Let them be. If it doesn't work for them, that's fine. She can always look for a way back to you. But at least be sane, be mature. Most importantly, be human. You understand? Let that relationship be. You never know, you could have just destroyed something wonderful. You get what I'm saying? I just make I drop this format right here so that we can get it. It's not life, no be big boy, forget all those things. I don't do it now. Once you tell me you have a boyfriend, peace, baby. You call me some other time, at least you made the decision. But I'm not gonna oppress you. I'm not gonna force you, and I'm not going to like pressure you to be with me. Not at all. That's all I wanted to say. Have a
Okay. Well. How interesting. Let me give my intro. Tanya TKO, I'm a self-love specialist from TanyaTKO.com. I help you learn how to love yourselves and each other. There's so many of you that are sending me MC Chaz videos. And so I'm doing a response to this video because this is yet another one of his videos that I've been sent. And, how do I put this? I don't think that you really have to send me MC Chaz videos anymore. Because look, I agree with him. I like the guy, what he has to say. I like his videos. I find him to be a very cogent, very analytical man, and I love the way that he expresses himself. I love the way he jumps in and out of pidgin. That reminds me of myself and my videos. I realized from that last video that MC Chaz, he's a comedian, so he says things that are funny. Like me, I'm not very comedic. Like sometimes I'll say stuff that's funny, but I'm not a comedian. I'm very serious, and I'm very, what do you call that word? I take things at face value because I'm a logical learner. I interpret things as is. I'm very cut and dry, etc. So I did that last response to his video and something, but the stuff that I disagreed with him on were jokes, and I realized, that when people are joking, they say stuff that sometimes is ridiculous or whatnot. So I don't know what else to say. Me personally, I can't relate to this because I don't find people who are in relationships attractive. When I think about another woman's energy near you, when I think about another woman's vagina on you, it doesn't turn me on. It doesn't rile up anything inside of me. I don't like men who are hard to get. I don't like to have to be out there like, oh, please, oh, unrequited. I don't have interest in that. I did, however, once I had this young lady. She was like how he said, sometimes they don't even want to be with you. They just want to prove something, or the competition or whatever. I had this young lady once. She was Caucasian. She was like a Caucasian Spanish Portuguese mix, right? And she decided that she wanted the man that I was dating, right? And she felt like she was better than me because she was white, and she felt like there was, like, the way that she went about doing it, she showed that there was no doubt in her mind about whether or not a black man would rather be with a white woman than a black woman. And she came in there and she was like, she decided she did all her feminine wilds kind of thing, and the helpless Caucasoid mess and all of this stuff. And it's really crazy because, like I said, I'm not attracted to that. There's something inside of me that I get grossed out, right? Like, I'm not one of those type of women that you go out there into the streets and you go sleep with somebody else and I'm like, oh, what did I do wrong? You're filthy to me at this point. I have no yuck. You're just disgusting. And I'm not one of those type of women that is okay with another woman smearing her vagina and her vaginal juices all over you and then me going to go lap it up. That's just not my thing. I don't like it. I'm not gonna like it. I don't like it. So I removed myself from that situation with that Caucasoid girl. I removed myself from that situation. I said, listen, if there is somebody who can get a man of mine, oh baby, then he was not my man. Because you can't get my man. Not my man. So anybody who can get a man of mine, he ain't my man. You can have him. There's no second fiddle. There's no second guessing. There's none of that. Take him then. Go. Take him. And so I left that situation. And when he circled back around to contact me later on, I asked, I said, whatever happened with that situation with this girl? Right? Because the way she was playing it was so ridiculous. The whole damsel in distress mess. And I was like, whatever happened with her? And after I left the picture, she didn't even want him. She just wanted to say that she could take him from me. But listen, look, Trick, if you know like I know, you can't take what belongs to the queen. No, because I looked at her like a child, like somebody who is a fragment of who it is that I am. And I just said, you know what? Listen. I don't know how to put it. It's like there's the difference between a lioness and a house cat. And if you turn from the lioness and all of her regal glory to go to a bland house cat, then house cat where you need to be, go house cat where you stay, you know. And so I left the situation, and when he circled back around, she didn't even want him. She just wanted something to prove to herself or whatnot. I don't even know, and I don't care, because I just wasn't interested in that. And he was never able to resume a friendship with me again after that. I just had no interest. And there was one time, you know, because listen, we content creators, we're not perfect. I'm not perfect, and I don't think that you watch my videos because you think that I'm perfect. I've made mistakes in the past, and it has always been my philosophy to never sleep with a married man. Never. It was my modus operandi. Never sleep with a married man, because I don't want that type of karma coming back around to me, right? Don't date a man, none of that. Because I just don't, when I get married, I don't want that to return. I don't want that karma, that karmic to come back to me. And life really knows how to provide the temptation for you. So I ended up getting caught up once, right? After I had made that my testament, I decided that I would not be that type of woman. And then I had a friend who he and I had been friends for many, many years. And he was one of the people who we dated when I was younger. He was one of the people who wanted to marry me, but I felt that I was too young to get married at that time. I wanted to live and travel and see the world, and I wanted to come into myself as a woman. I didn't want to go from being someone's daughter to someone's girlfriend, to someone's wife, to someone's mother, without ever really having a chance to come into my own as a woman. And he and I started hanging out as friends, and one night temptation hit, because you know, we had so much history. It's like when you date a person for years upon years, and you grow up in a relationship, and you have so much history and so much nostalgia and so many memories. So one night we decided to go there. And after we did that, if you would have saw the way that I laid down on that bed and cried, if you would have seen the way, when I say I cried, I felt this pain. I don't know if you've ever had heartache, and the pain that you feel from heartache, I felt that pain that day. And it hurt so tremendously. It felt like I can't even describe it physically. And I laid there, and when I tell you, I cried. I was coughing, choking, crying. Like I cried, mascara all over the white pillowcase of the hotel. Oh, just cried. And when I looked up at him, it looked like he was crying too. And the way he sat there and just looked at me crying. And then I got up, I tried to get myself together, and I went into the shower. And the way I cried in that shower, I cried till I thought I was going to throw up. I was revolted. I was revolted. Because I don't have it in my DNA to be second to any woman. I don't have that in my DNA. And I felt like I had betrayed myself and who it is that I know myself to be. And I felt disgusting with myself. And I cried in that shower, guffawed in torment till my voice was hoarse. I cried till you know when you touch your throat with the back of the toothbrush and you're like, that I cried until I was like dry heaving in the shower. And I realized that day that there's no way on earth that you can love yourself and have an affair with a person who belongs to someone else, somebody who is someone else's mate. There's no way that you could truly love yourself and lay up at night alone while your betrothed is with another person. Like this man, like I'm sure he loves his wife, but whatever the case may be, she is who he decided to pledge his life to. Look, I had my chance to be in that position and I relinquished that opportunity, and it is her throne now. She is the one that he brings his paycheck home to. She is the one that he has pledged before God, country, court, and family, that she is the one that he vowed that he would work it out with. It's her that he said, I will stand in the gap with you. I will pledge to work this out. Come what may, I pledge my life to you. He pledged his life to another woman. That's where his money went. That's where his body goes at night. That is the person who is number one in his life. And I knew that there is no way that a person can love themselves and allow themselves to be second to another, to allow themselves to have scraps so that during the holidays they're with their family. And who are you with? Your heart is tied to a man or a woman whose heart and soul and commitment is tied to someone else. There's no way that you can love yourself. And that was the one and only time that ever happened in my life. And I know better, because from the pain that I felt from that encounter, I know better. It's more than just about, okay, listen, it's more than just about, oh, I'm not the one messing up their relationship. He's the one who has the commitment. No, it's about you, because everything inside of this life is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. And what does that relationship and what it is that you're allowing inside of that relationship and how it is that you're allowing yourself to be treated, how does that reflect back to you about you? And this is why I say there's no way that you can love yourself, and there's no way, listen, there's no way that person can love you either. There's no way that person can truly, truly love you and give you scraps. There's no way that person can truly, truly love you and put you second to somebody else that they're truly committed to. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way that as a person who loves you, that he would allow you to even be in a position where you would disrespect yourself in that union. There is no way. So that made me reassess everything about that. It made me reassess everything about him. It made me reassess myself, about me. And I'm telling you, and if you care for him the way I love that man. Even to this day, I will probably die and still have love for that man. But I realized that even as me on the other side of it, that there's no way that I could truly, truly love him and not do with him which is in the best interest for him and his life. If I love that man, I would not be a party to his infidelity. If I love that man, I would require more of him. I would require fidelity for his commitments, and he would be fidelis to his commitments if he loved me, because he would not put me second to no other woman. Nobody. Listen, you love me, nobody comes before me. You love me. If you love me, you gotta love me enough to be able to have a union between us that is special and unique, and that what is mine is only mine. That's it. No other woman can get what is mine. Nobody. And when you love me, you put me first. When you love me, you put my best interest at heart. And from that day that he saw me on that bed, doubled over in pain, he never propositioned me again. Because I can imagine that if he cares about me, to see me in that type of pain must have been painful for him too. Because if it wasn't, then how could he ever have truly ever loved me? To see me in pain and hurt me in that way, or allow me to hurt in that way by his doing and his action, there's no way. And he never propositioned me ever again, and the space has just never been created. And if he ever did proposition me, I would know that he doesn't care about me. Because when you care about yourself, you control yourself. Yes, you do. You control yourself. Well, I guess I had something to say about the topic after all. Listen, I urge you, anybody out there who is in a relationship like that, I urge you to really, truly take a good, long, honest look at yourself and what it is that you're settling for and what it is that you're doing to yourself. Take a good, long, earnest look and really consider how self-loving you are, and how loving you are to that person, and how loving that person is to you, to keep you involved in some sort of torrid love triangle. I'm telling you, that is not love. When a man loves you, he pledges himself to you. He pledges his fidelity to you. And he pledges to have a union with you that is special and unique to only you. Listen, I'm going to get out of here. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. Love yourself. And part of loving yourself is having relationships inside of your life which are self-loving and not a facet of self-abuse. Because if you find yourself hurting and being misused in a relationship, that's abuse. And for you to allow it is your own form of self-abuse. So you have to look and see, what is it that you hate about yourself so much that you want to put yourself through that type of pain? I cannot forget. Get my book of affirmations, Self-Love. This book will help rewrite your subconscious programming. Every page is a meditation in and of itself. If you're a person who has ever self-abused through a relationship, if you self-abuse right now in your life by allowing yourself to play small, to play second fiddle to your own dreams or other people's dreams, if you're not out there on the front lines of your life advocating for yourself and living your best life, there's some areas of your life that need to be improved. And this book will assist you with that. I would be remiss if I didn't provide the tools for you to be able to rewrite that programming and be able to get yourself in a space where your relationships are a facet of the love that you have for yourself expressed outwardly. All right? So Tanya TKO, and I am out.